Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing my minimalistic February plan with me. I know that I did my other one and I was really excited about doing two this month because I knew that my teacups was going to be a little more, I wouldn't say it's artistic, you could say. I mean, it does require a lot of time, and I wanted to do a minimalistic one just so that, you guys had some variety. So I started off with doing clouds, and it's basically sky more than anything. And as you can see, I used a very light blue color to do drop shadows on my clouds, and I added an accent color of yellow, and I also included a sun in here. I was gonna do cupids, but I kind of wanted to just stay away from all the Valentine's things. I felt like I had used so much pink in my last video that I wanted to do something that didn't even relate to it. So that was my first page done. The second page is my tracker page. I actually wanted to put all my trackers on the first page for this one just to see how the flow of the bullet journal would come out, and it actually turned out pretty good. I actually like this. I might do this for March. But as you can see, I just did this normal looking, how would I say, writing or title, where you draw your normal color and then you write out in fancy elongated cursive that it's just long, and I love it. I think that it's the easiest way to just do something with a bunch of color. And now this section is very easy and you don't have to do the dots, but I just felt like it was necessary because I wanted to make sure that you guys got the actual idea that this is actually a sun, and it's actually my workout tracker, and I'm going in with a yellow and of course accenting it. I only colored in 4 of the lines in here because each little dotted line is going to be a day that you work out, and you can color it if you work out. So that's how you keep track of it. I did color in the circle inside it just so that it looked nice and neat. You can, of course, add something inside this and, make it a little bit more fancy. On this next page, I followed on with my trackers. It was very simple and easy. I didn't want to overdo it with having too many suns, so I added more clouds, and that is the theme, clouds. And I really didn't think on how I was going to actually color in the actual trackers because a cloud is white, but I'll figure it out. I was thinking more like do a mini cloud inside the cloud every time that you do something, or color it in with the accent colors just to keep it lively. So I went in and I did 4 different trackers. I did a daily write, and then I did a water one, and I also did an AM and PM, a healthy AM and PM. And then I don't remember which one was my other one. But this is where I kind of went with different variations of it. I did a very random top one, and then I also did a very straight pattern to where I just wrote out my numbers all the way, and then I did one that looked like a month, which was a bit different. And then the same thing I did with the H2O. Oh, organized. That's what I wrote. Just to stay organized. So yeah, this last one is my H2O, which is my water, just to keep hydrating, right? And I did the same thing. I kind of did a monthly planner. Again, I think I'm just going to color in. That would be a good idea, but you can always do anything that you think is right. I did add a drop shadow to these clouds just because I felt like it needed a little bit of color. It was too bland. So I did it on the right hand side and on the bottom with my light blue Crayola super tip. And it's pretty simple and easy. I love this tracker. I think that I went really simple, but it does what it needs to. It's really nice. The next page is my planner, my monthly planner, and I kind of went a little wild with this one because I ended up doing it in 2 pages. Of course, I did Sunday through Saturday at the top, and then I kind of went crazy with my clouds. I decided that I wanted to do a bunch of clouds, and I wanted to do drop shadows on them. This did take me a while, I will say. This probably took the longest because I had to go in and, you know, do each specific cloud, but it was definitely worthwhile because I do love this page. As you can see, every cloud is different. I didn't use one uniform cloud. It was just kind of how I went with it. I did draw it out with a pencil first, you know, to make sure that every, all 28 plus the 4 days extra that I added in were gonna fit. And then at the bottom, I added the word February, just so that I know that it's the month of February. But yeah, it's very simple and easy. Just, you know, use your imagination and make some little clouds. I did some overlapping as well, and I thought that that looked really cute. And I did the same thing. I did February in bold capitalized letters, but this time I actually went in with my favorite Pastel pen, and then I just outlined it a little bit. And then I went in with the blue Crayola marker, and I did a drop shadow on the right and the bottom side. It again took some time, but it looks so good. I feel like this would be my favorite way to lay out a month because I have some room to put a lot of information in, or not so much, but it's the cutest thing. I love this page. It took me the longest, but I love it. And the one thing I will tell you guys is, by the way, the bottom where it says love what you do, that is actually not something I wrote. That comes in this journal, so I just want to let you know. All right, next page is my cloudy dump, which I was trying to be very how would I say, punny. I just thought it was funny that I was like, oh, I can do a cloudy dump, and I did this massive cloud. Excuse me, apparently I can't say cloud anymore. I've been thinking it so much. I did this massive cloud to where I can just put all this information in. The simplest thing you could do. I swear, it's very easy. And then I went in and I did a drop shadow for it, just so that it added some blue in there. Next is my weekly planner, which this one was also one of my favorites, and I think it's because of the quote. It's always the quote. It really is. Again, I did the same thing with the accent color and then the cursive on the front, and I did my clouds because I was in a cloud spree where I wanted a bunch of clouds, so I did 7 different clouds, and each one would represent a day. And again, I did the same thing with the drop shadow with the colors. I felt like there was a lot of blue in this one, so I didn't want to just leave it blue. I wanted to use something on the other side, and because I hadn't done my budget page, I thought, why not put it right next to it? That is something that you probably need to look at weekly. So I decided not to do any notes on this, but just do the budget page and have it right next to my weekly page. Because, you know, sometimes you do need to just be looking at it constantly. And then I did leave some room to where I can add notes, but I didn't identify the space. It's just there. So I'm moving on to my next one, where you guys can see, well, I added some birds. I'm moving on to the right hand side, so it kind of flows all together. You can see that I'm writing budget the same way, and then I go back in with my favorite Pastel pen and I write budget in cursive. And on the right hand side, I feel like this is how we drew when we were in school. We drew a sun, you know, on the right hand side in the corner. So I decided to do this semicircle on the corner and have the sun just streaming out of it. And it was because of the quote that I wrote. I think this quote is very beautiful and it fit this theme so well. We all have bad days, but one thing is true. I am writing very slow. No cloud is so dark that the sun can't shine through. So I just think it's great, and I love it. Because I didn't want to just have a lot of blue in this page, I did make sure that I came in with 2 different shades of yellow so that I could have this accent be really bold. Alright, so that's it for my bullet journal. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't. And follow me on my social media that I just opened up for my bullet journal. It's called Stacia Sketches. It will be linked in the very back of this video. And remember, I post every Saturday, so I will see you guys next week. Bye!